When people first hear about Shinto, they are usually told one thing: kami means gods. But that is not really true, or at least it is not the whole truth. Because in Shinto, a mountain can be connected to kami, a river can be connected to kami, an old tree can be connected to kami, a place can be connected to kami. So if kami are not just gods, what are they? Kami are sacred presence. That is the simplest way to begin. They can include deities, but they can also mean the spiritual presence felt in nature, place, life, and memory. That is why the word is so hard to translate. In English, the word God often makes people think of a being, a person-like divine figure, something separate from the world, something above it. But in Shinto, the sacred is not always separate from the world. Sometimes it is found inside the world, in a forest, on a mountain, near a waterfall, inside a shrine. And that changes everything. Because now the question is not only, what do people believe? The question is also, what kind of place is this? Should I approach it differently? Should I show respect here? That is the world of kami, and this is why shrines matter. A shrine is not just a building, it is a place where kami are honored. That is why people bow. That is why they wash with water. That is why they slow down before prayer. Those actions are not random. They make sense in a world where some places are not ordinary. Kami do not just explain what is sacred, they change how people behave around it. If a tree is just wood, you pass by it. If a mountain is just rock, you look at it. But if a place is connected to kami, you approach it differently. More slowly, more carefully, more respectfully. And that difference is important. It also helps explain why Shinto can feel difficult to understand at first. Many people expect religion to begin with a founder, a holy book, or a fixed creed. But Shinto often begins somewhere else, with a place, with a ritual, with a feeling, with the sense that something here is greater than ordinary life. That is why the word kami matters so much. Some people also hear the phrase yaoyorozu no kami. It is often translated as 8 million kami. But it does not simply mean a number. It means there are countless forms of sacred presence. In other words, the world is filled with meaning. And once you see that, many things in Japan begin to connect. A shrine forest feels different. A waterfall feels different. A mountain feels different. They are not just scenery anymore. They become places of reverence. So what are kami in Shinto? Not just gods, not just mythological characters, not just religious symbols. Kami are sacred presence in the world. They may be connected to deities, nature, ancestors, or special places. But most of all, they remind people that not everything should be treated as ordinary. Some things deserve gratitude, some things deserve ritual, and some things should be approached not with control, but with reverence. So the next time you hear the word kami, do not stop at gods. That is too small. Think of something wider, something harder to define, but easier to feel. Because in Shinto, the sacred is not always somewhere else. Sometimes it is already here, already